What if we told you that Coca-Cola recycles over 600 million glass bottles every single year? That's enough bottles to fill 250 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Or that each Coca-Cola glass bottle can be reused up to 25 times without losing any quality at all. From the bottles you return at restaurants to the glowing furnaces turning old glass into brand new containers, this is how Coca-Cola recycles over 500 million glass bottles every year. Coca-Cola isn't recycling glass bottles just to look good. They're serious about making a difference. Their goal is clear. By 2030, every Coke bottle you pick up will contain at least 50% recycled glass. To help achieve this, they've teamed up with recycling experts like OI Glass. Together, they're already recycling nearly 700,000 bottles every year from just one facility in Georgia. That's a huge amount of glass being reused, but Coca-Cola wants even more. They're always looking for smarter, better ways to recycle, making the process easier on the planet and cutting down waste every step of the way. Before a bottle can be recycled, it needs to be created. And Coca-Cola's factories, sand, soda ash, and limestone are heated to about 1500 degrees Celsius, turning into molten glass. Machines then blow this hot glass into molds, creating the iconic Coke bottle shape. Once cooled, the bottles are filled and sent worldwide, ready to be enjoyed and returned. So you've just enjoyed an ice cold Coca-Cola. What happens next? That's where Coca-Cola's smart returnable bottle system kicks in. Customers buy Coke in special 500mm returnable bottles and bring them back to the store or restaurant once empty. These bottles are then collected from restaurants, stores, and collection points by specialized trucks and delivered directly to Coca-Cola's recycling centers. After arriving at the recycling center, the bottles are quickly crushed into tiny pieces called Cullet. Crushing the glass makes it easier to handle and melts faster down the line. But the real challenge isn't just breaking bottles, it's making sure the glass is completely clean. Even small bits of paper labels, leftover soda, or tiny cork pieces can cause problems during recycling. To tackle this, Coca-Cola uses some seriously high-tech machines. First, the Cullet moves on to vibrating screens that shake and sift the glass fragments. These screens catch lighter things like bits of plastic labels, paper scraps, and glue, removing them right away. For heavier unwanted items like small rocks, ceramics, or porcelain, Coca-Cola relies on special sorting machines that separate these contaminants based on weight and density. Step by step, through several screening stages, the glass gets cleaner and cleaner until only pure cullet is left. But there's another tricky contaminant: metal. Coca-Cola solves this with powerful magnets hanging above the conveyor belt. These magnets instantly grab any steel bottle caps or other metal pieces hiding among the glass fragments, pulling them out effortlessly. Aluminum caps, which aren't magnetic, need a different approach. For these, Coca-Cola uses special machines called eddy current separators. These create magnetic fields that literally fling aluminum caps and rings off the conveyor into their own bins. And here's the cool part: all these metal pieces aren't thrown away. They get sent off separately for their own recycling process. But here's another challenge Coca-Cola needs to handle: sorting the glass by color. Why is this such a big deal? Because even the smallest amount of the wrong color can ruin the clarity and quality of the new bottles. In the past, workers had to manually pick through the glass. Slow, tedious, and definitely not fun. Thankfully, Coca-Cola now uses ultra-modern sorting machines that make the step easy and fast. Here's how it works. As the tiny glass pieces speed along the conveyor belt, lasers quickly scan each fragment, instantly recognizing its color. These machines are equipped with super sensitive sensors that catch subtle color differences even our eyes would miss. Whenever a fragment of green, brown, or clear glass passes through, tiny air jets blast precise bursts of air, flicking each piece neatly into its own separate container. Once separated by color, the glass goes through another round of crushing, turning it into even smaller particles. Why crush it again? Because finer glass melts quicker, using far less energy and cutting Coca-Cola's carbon emissions significantly. These tiny, carefully sorted glass pieces are finally ready to hit the furnace. Inside huge furnaces blazing at around 1500 degrees Celsius, the glass quickly melts into a hot, liquid state. But here's the amazing part. Since recycled glass has already been heated before, it doesn't require as much energy to melt compared to new materials like sand. Recycling glass this way saves about 40% of the energy normally needed. Think about this. Every ton of recycled glass prevents more than 300 kilograms of carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere. At Coca-Cola's massive scale, these savings make a huge difference. Now, the molten glass is basically identical to freshly made glass, but Coca-Cola still needs to add a few special ingredients to give the bottles their unique look and durability. For those famous green bottles, a small amount of iron oxide is mixed in, creating that familiar green tint. To get crystal clear bottles, sodium nitrate is added to remove tiny bubbles, making the glass perfectly transparent. Other substances like alumina or magnesium oxide help strengthen the glass, ensuring the bottles don't break easily. Each additive has a specific role, letting Coca-Cola control exactly how each batch turns out. Next, the molten glass moves into the exciting shaping process. Coca-Cola mainly uses the blowing method for its iconic curved bottles. First, a precise amount of glowing hot glass is dropped into special molds. Then, air is blown into the mold, inflating the glass much like blowing up a balloon. Instantly, the glass presses against the inside of the mold, forming the bottle's famous shape in just seconds. Watching blobs of glowing molten glass transform so quickly into recognizable bottles is incredibly cool and mesmerizing. And it lets Coca-Cola produce thousands of these bottles every single hour. But not every Coca-Cola bottle is shaped the same way. While most go through the blowing method, some, like decorative or specialty containers, use molding. In this process, molten glass is poured directly into pre-shaped molds, capturing even the smallest design details. Then there's the pressing technique, mainly used for thicker containers like collectible jars. Here, molten glass is placed between two molds and pressed under high pressure, ensuring perfect thickness and even distribution. No matter which method is used, every step is designed for precision, making sure each bottle is flawlessly formed before moving on to the next stage. But just because a bottle is shaped doesn't mean it's ready for use. Cooling is a delicate process. Freshly formed glass can't just sit out to cool on its own. If it did, the rapid temperature drop would create internal stresses, making the glass weak and prone to cracking. To avoid this, Coca-Cola uses high-tech annealing chambers, temperature-controlled tunnels that gradually cool the bottles down. Inside, the heat is slowly reduced over several hours, allowing the glass to settle and stabilize. This controlled process strengthens each bottle, making it tough enough to handle transportation, storage, and daily use without breaking. And when it comes to toughness, Coca-Cola's returnable glass bottles take things to the next level. Unlike single-use bottles, these are built to last. Their walls are made thicker, reinforced to handle multiple rounds of refilling, capping, and transport. This extra durability means a single returnable bottle can be reused dozens of times before it's finally recycled into a brand new one. The more times a bottle is reused, the more energy and raw materials Coca-Cola saves, maximizing sustainability while keeping that classic glass bottle experience alive. But even the toughest returnable bottles also have a lifespan. After multiple uses, they start showing signs of wear, scratches, chips, or slight imperfections that make them unfit for reuse. But instead of being thrown away, these bottles go right back into Coca-Cola's recycling loop, where they're broken down and reborn as brand new bottles. The magic of glass is that it can be recycled endlessly without losing its quality, and Coca-Cola takes full advantage of this. But before any bottle, whether freshly made or recycled, gets filled with Coca-Cola, it has to pass some serious quality tests. This isn't just about making sure the bottles look good, it's about guaranteeing safety and consistency. Coca-Cola uses cutting-edge inspection systems to examine every single bottle at lightning speed. High-resolution cameras scan for the tiniest cracks, bubbles, or irregularities that could affect durability. But machines aren't the only ones keeping an eye on things. Trained quality control specialists perform manual checks, adding an extra layer of precision, especially for returnable bottles that have already gone through several life cycles. Once they pass inspection, the bottles move on to the filling stations. Automated machines fill them with Coca-Cola's signature beverages at incredible speeds, ensuring every bottle gets the perfect amount. Then, they're sealed with recyclable aluminum caps and labeled using eco-friendly materials, ready to head back into stores, restaurants, and vending machines. Just like that, a once empty bottle completes its journey, refilled, refreshed, and ready to be enjoyed all over again. Coca-Cola isn't just recycling glass, they're constantly making the process faster, smarter, and more sustainable. In Austria, a new high-speed bottling line is boosting efficiency, while partnerships with Vetropack and Revino are leading to lighter bottles and better refill systems. Small changes, big impact. And it's not just about the environment, it's good business. As demand for sustainable packaging grows, Coca-Cola is leading an industry set to hit $9.35 billion by 2032. But challenges remain. Transporting heavy glass, cleaning returnable bottles, and preventing breakage all require constant innovation. Coca-Cola is tackling these issues head-on, improving bottle durability, refining cleaning methods, and making the system more efficient. Not everyone agrees with their approach. Coca-Cola recently shifted focus from plastic reuse to glass recycling, but with glass being endlessly recyclable, they believe this is the right move for long-term sustainability. At its core, the system is simple. Buy, drink, return, repeat. And the impact? Massive. If everyone returned just one more bottle, millions of pounds of glass could be saved from landfills. Coca-Cola's mission to recycle over 600 million glass bottles a year is only growing. With advancing technology and more embracing returnable bottles, the future of glass recycling has never looked brighter. So, the next time you grab a glass of Coke, remember, you're not just enjoying a drink. You're part of a global recycling effort, helping build a cleaner future with every sip. But before you go, we want to know, have you ever returned a Coca-Cola glass bottle? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss more fascinating factory processes just like this one.
What if we told you that every glass bottle you toss in the recycling bin can come back as a new bottle in as little as 30 days? Or that recycling glass saves enough energy each year to power entire cities? From the shattered remains of bottles to the glowing furnaces that melt them into a brand new future, this is how 100 million tons of glass are recycled every year in factories across the world.
Glass is an incredible material. It's durable, versatile, and endlessly recyclable. But here's the thing, it doesn't decompose. A single glass bottle can sit in a landfill for up to 1 million years. That's right, 1 million years. Thankfully, we found a way to turn this environmental challenge into an opportunity through the marvels of glass recycling. The journey begins with collection. Around the world, glass is gathered through a variety of systems tailored to local infrastructure and habits. Many cities rely on curbside collection programs, where residents separate their glass waste into specialized bins for easy pickup by waste management trucks. In other areas, centralized drop-off points allow people to bring their glass items to dedicated containers, often sorted by color. Some regions incentivize recycling through deposit refund systems, where returning bottles can earn small cash rewards or grocery discounts. In European countries, this is a routine practice, fostering widespread participation and higher recycling rates. Conversely, in some parts of the world, glass collection is carried out informally, often by marginalized groups who sell the gathered glass to recycling facilities. Once collected, the glass is transported to sorting centers or recycling plants. Trucks filled with glass bottles, jars, and other items deliver their cargo to facilities designed to handle large volumes of material. At the plant, the first step involves unloading the glass into holding containers, where it's prepared for the next stages. The process may seem straightforward, but it's far from simple. Sorting is a crucial step in glass recycling. Glass comes in 3 primary colors: clear, green, and amber, and each has specific uses in manufacturing. Mixing colors can compromise the quality of the final product, so sorting by color is essential. This task is handled by advanced optical sorting machines equipped with lasers and sensors. These machines analyze each piece of glass as it moves along a conveyor belt, identifying its color based on the light it reflects. Once identified, the machine uses air jets or mechanical systems to direct the glass into the appropriate category. These machines operate at remarkable speeds, sorting tens of thousands of glass fragments every minute with incredible accuracy. But sorting by color is only part of the equation. Contaminants like labels, caps, adhesives, and food residues are some of the biggest challenges in glass recycling. Removing them require multiple stages of cleaning. First, magnets extract ferrous metals, such as steel caps, while electromagnetic separators tackle non-ferrous metals like aluminum. These systems are powerful enough to remove even tiny fragments that might otherwise go unnoticed. Next, pneumatic systems blow away lightweight contaminants, including plastic and paper, using controlled air currents. For glass intended for food or beverage containers, wet cleaning processes ensure thorough removal of stubborn residues. These washing systems use water jets and mechanical scrubbers to eliminate adhesives, dirt, and organic matter, leaving the glass spotless. This meticulous process is essential for maintaining the quality and safety of recycled glass products. Once the glass is clean and sorted, the next step is crushing. The glass is fed into powerful crushing machines, which break it down into small, uniform pieces known as cullet. These machines come in various types: hammer mills, jaw crushers, and gyratory crushers, all designed to reduce the glass to a specific size. For instance, hammer mills pulverize the glass with rotating hammers, while jaw crushers use a stationary plate and a moving one to crush the material. After the initial crushing, the cullet is sifted using vibrating sieves. These machines separate the glass by size, ensuring a consistent particle size for the next stage. Oversized pieces are sent back through the crusher to minimize waste. Uniform cullet is easier to handle and melts at low temperatures, making it an essential part of the recycling process. Also, cullet melts at a lower temperature than raw materials, saving significant energy during the production process. Crushing is not just about reducing the size of the glass, it also makes the material easier to handle and prepares it for melting. Now comes to the melting stage, where the real transformation begins. The cullet is transported to industrial furnaces that operate at temperatures as high as 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside these furnaces, the cullet liquefies into molten glass, ready to be shaped into new products. One of the most significant benefits of recycling glass is its energy efficiency. Because cullet melts at a lower temperature than raw materials, it reduces energy consumption by up to 30%. Every ton of recycled glass saves more than a ton of natural resources, including sand, soda ash, and limestone. Many modern furnaces are powered by renewable energy sources like wind or solar, further minimizing the environmental impact. Massive electrodes inside the furnaces sustain the intense heat, while sophisticated systems regulate the temperature and prevent energy loss. Once liquefied, the molten glass is shaped into new products. The liquid is poured into molds to create items such as bottles, jars, and decorative objects. Factories rely on automated systems to ensure precision in shaping, with molds designed to meet exact specifications. But recycled glass isn't limited to traditional uses. In the construction industry, for example, it's used as an aggregate in concrete and asphalt, adding durability and aesthetic appeal. It's also transformed into fiberglass insulation, which helps improve energy efficiency in homes and buildings. Beyond that, recycled glass finds its way into art and design projects, becoming countertops, tiles, and decorative elements. After shaping, the glass is slowly cooled in a process called annealing. This step is very important because it prevents cracks and makes the glass strong and durable. Once the glass has cooled, it goes through quality checks. Machines with cameras and sensors inspect each piece for problems like cracks, bubbles, or uneven shapes. Any item that doesn't meet the standards is sent back to the start of the recycling process, making sure nothing is wasted. But the process does face some challenges. Contamination is a big problem, especially when materials like Pyrex, ceramics, or heat-resistant glass mix in. These materials melt differently and can disrupt the recycling process. To solve this, advanced sorting machines, including AI-powered technology, are being used to detect and remove these items more effectively. Transportation is another issue since glass is heavy and costly to move over long distances. Many recycling plants are now focusing on local operations to cut down on these costs and reduce emissions. New technology has been essential in solving challenges in glass recycling. AI and automation have made sorting and processing much more accurate. Some factories now use closed-loop systems, where recycled glass stays on site and is reused without leaving the facility. Lightweight glass designs are also becoming popular because they use less material and are easier to recycle. These innovations are making glass recycling more sustainable and cost-effective. The environmental benefits of recycling glass are huge. Every bottle recycled means less waste in landfills and fewer greenhouse gases released into the air. Unlike many other materials, glass can be recycled endlessly without losing its quality. This makes it one of the most sustainable materials that we have. Recycling also saves natural resources, like sand and limestone, and uses much less energy than making new glass from scratch. Together, these benefits show how important glass recycling is for protecting the planet and fighting environmental problems. The uses for recycled glass go way beyond making new bottles and jars. In construction, crushed glass is used in roads and building foundations because it's strong and eco-friendly. In farming, tiny glass particles are used to improve soil by helping it hold water and stay healthy. Artists and designers also love recycled glass for making countertops, tiles, and other creative pieces. It's a great example of how recycling can lead to innovative and useful ideas. Looking ahead, the future of glass recycling is exciting. Governments and organizations are working on better ways to collect and recycle glass while encouraging more people to participate. Scientists are developing systems where glass can be recycled endlessly without any waste. New technologies, like AI sorting machines and furnaces powered by renewable energy, are making recycling faster and better for the environment. With these improvements, glass recycling is set to become a big part of creating a greener and more sustainable world. And that's how over 100 million tons of glass are recycled every year, from the initial collection to the advanced sorting and melting that turns waste into valuable new products. But before we go, we want to know, what's your favorite recycled glass product? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on more behind the scenes looks at fascinating factory processes.